I wish I had that enthusiasm. Which reminds me, quite interesting segue because it's true. When I was a kid, when I was very young, I was invited to a lot of parties. And boy, that made me feel good, to be wanted. The problem with it, the downer was every time the girl or the guy called me and said, "Oh, Harry, you want you at the party?" The end was, "Oh, and bring a deck of cards." And that was kind of a downer, I figured I wanted them to love me for me, not for my talent, but I don't want to knock the talent. But one of the things that used to happen quite often, the reason I mentioned that is, they would hand me a deck of cards, and I always say I'm very hard to start, but it's harder to stop me, man. I would go on for a few hours, and I was tired, and sure as shooting, whenever I was tired, and I was single in those days, and I'd meet a girl, and I'm trying to make time and talk to the girl. Sure enough, somebody would come in late. And the host or hostess would say, "Oh, Harry, would you do a trick for that person?" And I said, "Oh, gosh, I just done 3 hours of magic." In those years, that was my short performance, So what I used to do, and it's kind of a true story. It's, all right, and I was busy having a drink, talking to this girl. And this was you're the new person that just came in. And I'd say, "Oh, all right, look, let me do just one trick." And I wasn't really interested. See, I was interested in talking to this girl. I said, "I'll tell you what, would you do me a favor? Would you reach into the middle of the deck, sort of, and pull out any card? Just reach into the center, would you? And pull out any card." Meanwhile, I was talking to this guy. "Oh, look at the card and show it to at least one other person. Put it on top of the deck, would you? Oh, and give the deck a cut, give it a complete cut." Yeah, that's the idea. And I would still did you cut the deck? Use this hand now and cut the deck again. I want to see how you do it with that hand. Let me see. "Oh, you're doing it well. Good." And I'd be, "Okay, give him another cut, would you? Yeah, just keep cutting till I tell you to stop." and I'm getting a phone number. "Would you cut him once more?" And I was getting your hand getting a little, "Would you turn the deck face up for me? Turn him face up, right? And while they're face up, give him another cut, would you? And when can I call you? On weekdays?" "Yeah, give him another cut." And I would go on like this. Half the time I'd forget, but fine, I turned the deck face down. "Oh, incidentally, how many times did you cut?" "You mean you didn't count them?" "Oh, shucks. Well, I think I counted about 14. 14 cards. Put your finger on the deck, just one finger. 14 cuts brings your card to 8th from the top. Your card is 8th. No. Don't loosen your finger. See, no. You just brought it up to 4th. No. Keep your hand pressed down. You just brought it to 2nd from your card is 2nd from the top, but your card is 2nd from the top." What was your card? What was it? Do you remember it? 5 of diamonds. I told you it was second. You don't believe me, do you? Take the top card, put it here. That's 1. Look at the second card. Did I ever lie to you before? I said, okay. All right.
G'day, champion. How you doing? Welcome back to Murphy's Magic Saturday Sorcery. I'm, of course, Beau Creamer, and that's right, my BFF. You're about to learn a beautiful piece of magic from the legendary Harry Lorayne. But before we get into today's tutorial, I do want to tell you about this week's giveaway. If you want a chance to win the self-working card magic bundle, stick around till later on in this episode, and I'll show you how to enter that very competition. Now, Hilary Duff's second biggest fan, because we all know who number 1 is. Today, let's learn this awesome piece of self-working card magic from Harry Lorayne. Now, this is an excerpt from World's Greatest Magic. You guessed it, Self-Working Card Tricks, Volume 1. And there's 3 of these volumes to learn. So if you love self-working card magic, make sure you check out the rest of the World's Greatest Magic Self-Working Card Tricks collection. Now look, enough of me flapping my gorgeous gums. Let's jump over to Harry Lorayne's explanation right now.
The lazy man's card trick. I did this for so many years, and I kind of did it the way you saw it in the performance video. And you remember what happened. I had the spectator reach into the deck, and again, let me repeat, always shuffling. I had the spectator reach into the deck, but the pattern, the storyline, at least my storyline, you can change it any way you like, is that when I was very young, I used to be invited to people's parties, but they always ended up by saying, "I bring a deck of cards," which was kind of a downer for me. I wanted them to love me for me, not for my talent. But that's okay. It worked out. And usually they'd hand me a deck of cards and I would do 3-4 hours of magic. In those days, as I may have said before, it's hard to start me, but it's harder to stop me, And I would finish. Now I'm enjoying myself, having a drink, talking to a girl perhaps. This is before I was married. And sure as shooting, it never failed. Somebody would come late. A couple would come late. And the host or hostess would always say to me, oh, Harry, can you do a trick for these people? They didn't see you, and so forth and so on. At this point, I was tired. I was talking to a young lady or doing business, whatever. And I'd say, okay, but I was tired. I didn't want to pay attention. So I'd say to the person, would you just reach into the deck and pull out a card? Would you just reach into the deck and pull out a card? Now, ordinarily, I would say, reach into the center of the deck. Let me backtrack now and show you my setup. The setup is a 10-card setup. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of one suit. I always use spades because that's what I'm used to. I don't want, if I am really tired when I'm doing something like this and I set up clubs and I thought it was spades or vice versa, it would throw the trick. So I always use the same suit. That way there's no memory problem. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up to 10 with the ace on bottom. I always say to the spectator, just pull a card out of center. I say center because I don't want him to get near bottom and take one of my setup cards. So, show the card, would you, Steve? What is it? The Jack of Spades, fine. And my patter is put it on the top of the deck, would you? And give the deck a cut. Meanwhile, I'm talking to the other person, give it another cut. That's the patter line. That's the acting, as if I'm paying no attention, which I really don't have to. I just have to make sure that the person is doing complete cuts. And I do see that at first, okay? So cut the deck again, and I'm talking cut. Just keep cutting till I tell you to stop. I usually do that while I'm talking, and I'd finally say, is your wrist starting to hurt a little bit yet? And I would get a laugh, and the person would say, yeah. And I'd say, would you turn the deck face up, please? And give them another cut. Would you cut again? Now, at this point, I keep glancing at the deck while I'm pattering because I'm going to have the person continue to cut until I see a spade come to the face of the deck. So cut again, and you can cut off center. You can cut any way you like. I say that, what I just said, yeah, cut off center. Yeah, go ahead. Something happened there that might kind of kill the thing, but cut again.
Oh my giddy aunt, this is getting so good, but I'm sorry I need to interrupt because I want to do a giveaway just for you gorgeous people. But before I get into today's competition, we need to find out who won last episode's bundle. So who will it be this week? Go on, who do you think it will be? Oh, I see. Well, you're very close. It's this legend. Congratulations, my friend. You're the winner of last episode's bundle. So, if you could DM me on any of Murphy's socials, I'll get that prize straight out to you. Now on to this week's giveaway. If you want a chance to win the self-working card magic bundle, all you need to do is comment in the comment section below. What card would you have chosen to appear on the deck? Would it been the 5 of diamonds as well? Would it been the 3 of clubs, the ace of spades, the 4 of diamonds? Write them below what he chose. Whatever it is, let me know in the comment section below. That on next episode of Saturday Sorcery, I'll draw a name out at random and you'll be announced on that episode. So you cutie, good luck. Now champion, are you enjoying what you're watching right now? Because I have good news for you. In the Saturday Sorcery playlist, we have over 100 episodes, which means over 100 free tutorials. So make sure you go check out that playlist. There'll be a link in the description below. Go treat yourself to all that free magic. Because you deserve it.
Yeah, and I do that until a spade shows. At this point, as if it could be at any time, I say, that's fine. How many times did you cut? Turn the deck face down. How many times did you cut? Of course, they never know. I think you cut about 14 times. Yeah, 14 times. If you cut 14 times, your card should come to about the 8th position. Put your finger on the deck. Oh, no, don't loosen up. You see, it just moved up to 6th. No, you moved your finger again. Now it's 3rd. I just keep doing it. I know it's 3rd because I saw a 3. That's the whole point. Whatever card I see at the face tells me where the selected card is. What I just did is just build up showmanship, call it whatever you like. But I always do it that way. I name a number higher than where it is. And I say, oh, no, you moved your finger again. It just went up to 6. No, you keep moving your finger. Don't do that. Keep it, I'll build it up any way you like. It's 3rd. And I always say, you don't believe me, do you? Well, let's try something. What was your card? Jack of spades. Count off, and I have the person count face down, because otherwise they're going to see a run of spades, because there are your spades here, see? And if it was seventh, you would see a lot more spades. So, obviously so I have him deal face down, says, one at a time, and I told you his third one. Two, what was your card again? Jack of spades. Take a look at that card, and of course it's the correct card, and everybody falls down. Okay? So that's all there is to it. Now, just to make sure you have it in your mind, if I had seen this as he was cutting, I'd say, no, that you did enough. Turn the deck face down. I don't want the spade showing too long. Nobody's paying attention anyway, and it appears as if I'm not paying attention, but I sure am. I need to see that number. So when I see 6, I haven't put his finger. I ask, how many times do you cut? And if it was 6, I'd say, then that brings it, you cut 14 times, that brings it to about 18th. Put your finger out. Oh, no, you moved your finger. Oh, you just moved it to the 9th. No, you keep moving your fingers. Now it's 6, don't move your finger. And I end saying the correct number, in this case 6, and then I have them deal, and they come to their card. I think it's a pretty good trick. That's the way it's done. I'll give you one more point. I know none of you are going to use it. When this came out in a book in 1962, everybody knew how it was done, at least magicians did. I wanted to fool magicians, so I did something that I could do. I don't know if you can. I memorized 10 cards in order, any 10 mixed cards, and did the trick that way. And then I let them count face up, or I left the cards they counted, because sure shooting, they're going to grab it and look at them. They saw all mixed cards. So I did it by memorizing 10 cards in order. You have to know them in order so I could say what number the card is. I thought I'd mention that in case you want to do it. I know most people are not going to do it, so pick up my memory course. I'll teach you how to do it.
Oh, look at these absolute champions. You guys are the best. It's true. I've Googled it. I know this is going straight into my repertoire for when I'm at my Christmas party with my family and they're asking me to see another trick. I can't wait to do it. It's going to be so good. Now, my friends, if you want some more self-working card tricks, again, please check out World's Greatest Magic Self-Working Card Tricks. I'll have a link in the description below, or you can pick it up worldwide at your favorite magic shop. Now, look, you are absolutely right. So go on, get out of here, go enjoy the rest of your weekend. I'll see you right now on our Discord, where we're having jams, trivia games, hangouts, and even more. Or I'll see you on Tuesday for a special episode of Stumped, or on Wednesday for another episode of What's New This Week. Now take care, my friend. See you later. Oh, bye for now. Whoa, hey, whoa, what's that? Oh, you should definitely check out that. Oh, there's so much good magic in there. You won't regret it. Hey, whoa, hey, look at this bad boy. You should definitely subscribe if you haven't already. Subscribe, then watch that. Oh, it's a good day to treat yourself.